Hello, great people. Another drama don't happen. Oh. In a moment, I'll leave you to watch the video of how Senator Natasha Akpabio's passport was seized at the airport, allegedly under the instruction of Senate President Akpabio. The senator wasn't having it. She protested what she termed as injustice, and she was able to get her passport back after putting up a show at the airport. What do we call these Nigerians? If a senator can go through this at the airport of Nigeria, then where lies the fate of the ordinary Nigerians? In a moment, we'll watch the video, but I need you to pay close attention to what happened in that video, because when we come back, we'll be dissecting the associated issues as it connects to the Nigerian immigration, Senate President Akpabio, and Senator Natasha Akpabio herself. We'll be dissecting all these and more on this episode of Politics with Joshua Plug, Dr. Omoshola. First, let us go and watch the video, then we come back for some great discussion. Let's watch it.
Have I committed any offense? Why are you withholding my passport? Hello, fellow Nigerians. Good morning. This is Senator Natasha Akpabio. I haven't completed my celebration of my second year in office. I decided to take a week off. So I'm at the airport here, and my passport is being withheld again. The same thing happened last time where my passport was seized. I have committed no offense, and there is no order from the court to withhold my passport and deny me traveling. The last time this happened, the officer in charge told us that the Senate President, Akpabio, instructed them to withhold my passport and prevent me from traveling because he said each time I travel out of the country, I smear the country's image by granting interviews out in international media. Please, can you tell them to release my passport and this embarrassment should stop? You have no right to withhold my passport. You have no right to deny me exit and entrance into my country. I have not committed any offense, and this must stop. Sorry. No, this must stop. As a matter of fact, I think I have to sue you for continuously embarrassing me. No, don't tell me sorry. Can I please have my passport? You can't keep doing this to me all the time. I've been standing here for the past 20 minutes. Why are you doing this? What have I committed? The last time it had to take someone influential to call you to release my passport. That was what allowed me travel. Now again, you're withholding my passport. Why are you making calls? Is Akpabio so important? Why is he overruling boundaries? Akpabio, the Senate President, has instructed the Comptroller General of Customs to deny me exit, to withhold my passport. This is wrong. There was no order. Yes, I know I have 2 federal government cases against me, of which the President of Nigeria instructed the AGF to cancel the cases, to withdraw the cases. No, hold on, please. This President Bola Ahmed Tinubu actually spoke with Akpabio to terminate all the cases against me because he agreed that they were politically witch-hunting cases. Hold on. So there is no reason why my passport should be withheld at the international airport. There is no reason why. You have no right to do that, madam. You have no right. You are taking laws into your hands. There is no court order. I have not missed any of my court appearances. I have attended all my court sessions. I am not a flight risk. I am not a risk to my country. So why are you treating me like a criminal? Can I have my passport, please? Thank you very much. Sometimes I think you just have to be a rebel to get things right. Then you keep asking Nigerians to be good citizens. If I had not gone public, would you have given me my passport?
There you have it, Senator Natasha Akpabio protesting at the airport after her passport was seized, allegedly under the instruction of Senate President Akpabio. The video that you just watched is one of the wonders of Nigeria. What do I mean by that? Wonders of Nigeria in the sense that a senator of the Federal Republic, a public figure that has not been a convicted criminal in her life, that is not a terrorist, and she has her passport seized at the airport, so much so that she had to cry out to social media to beg for justice. This is the regular pattern of ordinary Nigerians. So you are seeing a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, when the injustice don't reach her side, she's now adopting the strategy and approach of the ordinary Nigerians to cry out for help. A SOS, save our soul kind of message on social media protesting the seizure of our passport. Now, let me give you a background to this so that you will know what led to this. In case you are just getting to know about all these things, you will recall that the Senate President Godswill Akpabio and Natasha has a prolonged issue, and Natasha has a defamation case in court. She was sued by the Nigerian government. But the thing is that Natasha that was sued by the Nigerian government, there is no court order saying that her passport should be seized. There's no court order at all saying that she should be banned or restrained or restricted from traveling. So a criminal defamation case is, how does somebody that has a criminal defamation case find herself on watch list? Criminal defamation case is not terrorism. A criminal defamation case, then you find yourself on the watch list. The thing is that what will now happen to terrorists, especially in a country where bandits are roaming freely, where they are having a field day? And the big question is that who did Natasha defame in this instance? Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Okay, fine. Let's assume but not concede that Natasha defamed you. You have approached the court. The court has not given an order. You now took it upon yourself to be to be both the prosecutor, the judge, and the somebody that is seeking remedy in court for defamation under the circumstance. You cannot be 3 in 1. You cannot be the judge in this case. No, you cannot be a judge in your own cause. And don't forget that when Natasha was suspended, it was even Senate President Godswill Akpabio that sat over the proceedings of the suspension, something that would not have happened in other advanced climes of the world. But then another thing we need to look at under this circumstance is, I think that the Senate President, with profound respect to him, he needs to look at his interpersonal relations very well, because there is a woman, I think it is one of his in-law, Dr. Akpabio, that is currently dragging him on social media almost every day, leaking dirty secrets on social media. Now, there is a Natasha again calling you out in this day of social media. The big question is, why always Akpabio? Why is it always you that usually make it in the news? There are a lot of prominent politicians in Nigeria. They don't make it to the news for different scandal or whatsoever. So why is it always you? Now you join you go say, oh, she slapped. Now you, Dr. Akpabio, do say, oh, you they do wuru, you they do mago. Why always you? So I think that the Senate President needs to look at his interpersonal relations very, very well, because he's sitting on an exalted seat. To be the number 3 citizen of a country like Nigeria is not easy. To be the number 3 is not easy. So if you are opportune, or you are lucky to find yourself as the Senate President of Nigeria, the number 3 citizen out of about 220 million people, then you need to be grateful to God, and you need to have the attitude to occupy that particular seat. Another thing is, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan is a fellow senator. How can a senator embarrass a fellow senator like this? Natasha is a senator. You are the Senate President. You are first among equal. The way they vote for you, now they vote for Natasha as well. So a senator cannot be facing all this kind of thing. And one thing that struck me in all of this issue is what I call the personalization of state, in the sense that you are not the state, you are not the country. If you are aggrieved, there are institutions that are put in place to handle such things, such as the courts and other security agencies. But you cannot, as alleged by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, order the security agencies, particularly the immigration, to deny Natasha from traveling just because you feel that if she travels abroad, she says something that you don't like. No, that means that you are personalizing the country. You are abusing power. You are using the power to your own benefit unjustly. Using power to your benefit unjustly is not something that must be tolerated. You can't act without recourse to the court. And recently, I spoke about sovereignty and humanization of sovereignty. And this is what I was saying as regards Donald Trump's threat to invade Nigeria. You see, humanization of sovereignty evolved based on the conduct of people like Akpabio. What do I mean by humanization of sovereignty? Do well to catch up with that video. I will tag it at the end of this video. I will tag it as one of the videos that will be recommended for you at the end of this video. If you watch that video, you would understand how it links to the conduct of Senate President Godswill Akpabio, allegedly in this case involving Senator Natasha One thing that we must not fail to point out is also the vulnerability of the Nigerian immigration. Nigerian immigration apparently danced to Akpabio's tunes without any court order ordering them that, oh, they should put Senator Natasha Akpabio on watch list. Senator Natasha Akpabio is not a bandit. She's not Bello Tunji. She's not a terrorist. So if you are to act on somebody like that or any other Nigerian at all, you have to go through the due process. So we can't exonerate the Nigerian immigration in this regard. You so vulnerable in such a way that you will now dance to the tune of to the tunes of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Nigerian institutions are too weak, too vulnerable to dictatorship. And don't forget that Akpabio once tried to be the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. If he had made it to be the president, is this what Nigerians will be facing? In such a way that if he doesn't like you or he doesn't like your face, then he will just say, oh, go and block that person from traveling. That is something that doesn't speak well of somebody that has a presidential ambition. If this can happen to a senator, then who can't be embarrassed in Nigeria? If a senator like Natasha Akpabio can face such embarrassment, then the big question is, who are you? Supporters of Akpabio and APC should beware of the danger of bad precedent. You can do it to Natasha, it's okay, it's fine, but then beware of the danger of bad precedent, because tomorrow you may have another government in power. So if this thing is tolerated and it becomes a norm, definitely when another government comes in power and they begin to act irrationally like this, then it will affect you and you begin to cry foul. So we pray for a Nigeria, and I hope politicians will operate with decorum so that we can have a country of justice, fairness, and equity and freedom. And politicians should please focus on providing the dividends of democracy for the Nigerian people, because that is why they are elected. You are the Senate President and you have the power to be able to provide succum to Nigerians, not to be dragging issues with Natasha and be using your power over her. I hope that both parties will resolve their issues amicably to the benefit of their constituents and Nigerians at large. It's been an interesting time with you. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.